best asset right now is the silver, for more or less the silver ETF or the price of silver. We've seen silver skyrocket higher based on our BAN, which is our best asset now strategy. As you mentioned, we had a new trigger in silver, in SLV. And of course, we're seeing this thing rip to the upside, just screaming, breaking out as you and I are speaking today. And I mean, this is a high momentum move. These silver have a very big move based on the Fibonacci theory. We have a huge upside target in silver based on this rally that points to roughly $106 an ounce if this was to pop and explode. And
before I came on, we were up, I think, another $40 spot gold, and I think another $7 or $8 on spot silver. The prices can stay up here, which is what's been happening, and allowing that 200-day moving average to work off that overbought, not overvalued, overbought circumstances.
Silver is emerging as the best performing asset right now, according to market strategists Lynette Zang and Vermeuleun, as momentum continues to accelerate across both physical silver and silver ETFs like SLV. Recent technical triggers signal a powerful breakout, with silver entering a high momentum phase supported by Fibonacci projections. Vermeuleun highlights a long-term upside target near $106 per ounce if the rally fully unfolds. At the same time, gold and silver prices are holding elevated levels, allowing key moving averages, such as the 200-day, to normalize without a major pullback. Zang emphasizes that this price behavior reflects strength, not overvaluation, suggesting silver remains positioned for substantial gains ahead. Now, we present the clips from their interview. Before we continue to discuss this, please subscribe to our channel and activate the bell icon for timely updates. Thank you and enjoy the video.
Silver have a very big move based on the Fibonacci theory. We have a huge upside target in silver based on this rally that points to roughly $106 an ounce if this was to pop and explode. And that means we could actually see this happen within really just a couple of weeks. I think we were in this very close to this parabolic phase in the stock market where we start to see things really take off and rally. And as you and I have kind of shared before, when we look at the type of price action, I believe gold and silver are obviously in a screaming bull market, but I do think we're coming into this market euphoric phase. I think we're going to see one big push where silver goes from where it is right now, potentially busts through that $100 per ounce mark. Gold probably flies up to 51, 52. Who knows where the peak is, but we're definitely in this territory where volatility is here. We could have 10% moves easily on a daily basis. And, this is where all the money is really focused. It's not just like North America, kind of like miners are more of a speculative play. It is somewhat of a focused group of investors. Precious metals, as I've been mentioning on here, you and I have talked about it for many months. I like physical metals better because they're not part of the stock market and they're more global. We're seeing the whole world participate in precious metals. And of course, it's such a tiny asset, market size. So it moves very easily. So we're in this, I think, this last push to the upside in precious metals. But the question is, where is the peak? And when things go parabolic and have these bubble phases and the whole world moves in, you don't really know where that peak is going to be, but the next critical upside target or major target is $106 an ounce for silver. Pretty exciting. From our last monthly view of gold, the same targets, the same everything is still presenting itself, where this big run up and push is still pointing to that $51, $5,200 per ounce level for gold, which at the current price, that's about a 15% move from where we are right now. So the big picture hasn't changed. And I think that's the key, is you got to stick with the underlying longer term trend if you're an investor and you don't want to get shaken out. There's been some pretty big volatility, some pretty big down days in gold, but it's really kind of, most of these moves have been news driven. Obviously, we've seen the margin requirements change on silver a couple of times. That created a bout of selling in the precious metal space, which so many people, argue that markets are manipulated and, they're getting hammered down. But really, to me, it's a margin requirement. If margins go up, there's going to be a bunch of margin calls. It's going to force a bunch of people to have to sell, and that drives the price down. And of course, usually, we saw it across the board in gold and platinum and palladium. And, whoever's long silver, for example, probably has gold, probably has platinum or palladium, or a good group of them. And so they have to liquidate, trim their portfolios and raise cash to meet margin requirements. So these sharp pullbacks are nothing more than just a news-driven event you could say it's trying to shake the market out, but really, the COMEX trying to balance things and try and keep some margin and investors a little bit protected if the SEC or the governments really actually are there to protect the people. But anyway, gold is definitely still pointing to higher pricing, and I think it's going to continue to grind higher. And I think it's just a matter of time before it picks up speed and hits all-time highs again. And then we start to, I think this next run could be very, very exciting. 51, 5,200 is the next target, but who knows where the peak could be? We could see this, go dramatically higher.
Silver is entering a potentially explosive phase as technical indicators signal a major upside breakout. Based on Fibonacci projections, analysts see a critical target near $106 per ounce, suggesting a parabolic move could unfold in a short time frame. Gold and silver remain firmly in a powerful bull market, with volatility increasing as global capital rotates into precious metals. Daily price swings of 10% are becoming possible as participation expands beyond North America into worldwide markets. Physical metals continue to attract investors seeking assets outside the stock market. Despite margin-driven pullbacks and sharp corrections, the long-term trend remains intact, pointing toward significantly higher prices as this late-stage rally accelerates. Let's get back to the interview.
What's happening in the spot market? Because in reaction, the stock markets are up. The spot gold and the spot silver markets are also up. I really didn't have time to do a whole lot because I wanted to capture where we were in this. But that's what's happening in the spot markets. And before I came on, we were up, I think, another $40 on spot gold, and I think another $7 or $8 on spot silver. So we'll see. Remember, this only pushes us technically further away from that 200-day moving average. And I know I'm being a panic and very redundant about it. It's just if you understand what could happen, if it does happen, you don't lose sight of what actually happening. So the prices can stay up here, which is what's been happening, and allowing that 200-day moving average to work off that overbought, not overvalued, overbought circumstances. But let's move on with what's really going on and impact price, because quite honestly, the U.S. attacked Venezuela, captures them, and now they are standing trial in New York. Now, frankly, President Trump didn't mince any words. In his press conference, he said that the U.S. would run Venezuela temporarily, and now that's been walked back. But see that he is actually not working with the opposition party, but the vice president under Maduro, so that same party remains in power. It's really interesting. Warned Venezuela's interim leader that if she didn't do what's right, she would pay a very big price. So it looks like he's negotiating. This looks awfully familiar, things that have happened in the past if we are actually going to try and run Venezuela. I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to see, quite honestly, but safe and proper and judicious transition. Let's hope that it is a safe and proper and a judicious transition and more things don't happen, because the last time we went in kind of thing, that was Iraq, which 2003 to 2011 and frankly beyond, and that was a complete change. And then additionally, we've got to ask Panama. That happened in Panama not that long ago. So let's just stick to what's happening in Venezuela right now, because we don't know what out, but it does prompt question, because quite honestly, Congress was not informed anything that's happened that I can find out. And again, listen to that interview tomorrow, because Javier and he's an international, so he knows much more about this than I did or than I do. But interesting to watch history unfold, because it makes a whole lot of sense that we're having a monetary regime shift.
Global spot gold and silver markets are surging as both metals respond to broader financial and geopolitical volatility. Spot gold climbed sharply, gaining around $40 per ounce, while spot silver jumped about 7-8, reflecting strong safe haven demand and expectations of U.S. Federal Reserve rate cuts driving bullion prices higher. Precious metals are distancing themselves from the 200-day moving average as momentum builds, not due to overvaluation, but healthy consolidation amid volatile price action. This rally unfolds alongside heightened geopolitical tensions, including U.S. involvement in Venezuela, which continues to impact risk sentiment and precious metal flows worldwide. Share your thoughts on their analysis in the comment section below. If you find this video informative, please support us by turning on notifications to stay informed about our latest videos. See you in the following video. Thanks for watching.